Hi guys, my name is Scott Harrell, and this is my 1963 Bug, which I affectionately call the Flying Pig. When I first got the car, it was absolutely a pig, and I've kind of built it up over the years to get it a little more sporty, a little faster, so I think it's earned the moniker Flying Pig at this point. There's a lot more to go with it. I have a whole another level I want to take it to, but it's resting comfortably at what I consider level 1, and I can tell you a little bit about that right now. So, starting in the front, I wanted to go with a kind of a Porsche 356 Outlaw look. Of course, I can't afford a real Porsche 356, but I love the style that those guys like Rod Emery are creating. And so I wanted to kind of piece together a front end that would mimic that a little bit. And one of the bigger pieces to pull that look together would be the leather straps. Those are built for a Porsche 356 from a leathersmith down in Texas. I had them custom made for the Bug. They really set the front end off, I think. I went ahead and added T-bars to the bumper areas, and on the T-bars I mounted my fog lights. I've got one yellow one and one white one, and that's mostly just to kind of draw attention to them. Everyone asks why there's just one yellow one, and that's kind of the point. So I had the speed holes punched in the back of the front fenders, and that was to kind of aid to that kind of custom racy look I was looking for. We had to go through a couple sets of spare fenders to get the holes punched out on the radius without warping. So the guy who painted this car eventually figured out a good way to do it, and so we did them on both front fenders, and it worked out pretty good. So I want to talk a little bit about the paint. I took about a year to kind of come up with the theme and the overall look I wanted for the paint, and I feel like I nailed it. I'm really happy with it, and I get comments about it all the time, and the most important thing is I haven't seen another one done like this. But what I decided to do was keep the majority of the body flat black, because after all, it was part of the car's history. It had been that at one point, but then I kept the sides here kind of the original gloss black. And so by doing that, I kind of kept the car, I kept some elements of its previous lives before me together, and came up with a really cool, unique color combo. You really have to be looking at it to notice it, but once you see that it's the two different colors, it really pops out. For the interior, I wanted to kind of keep it stock. There was some elements of this Bug that I wanted to keep stock and keep original. One of the things I decided to do was not paint the dashboard and kind of keep it with its nicks and scratches. There's even a couple of holes drilled underneath the dash for a CB or something that it had in a previous life. And I didn't want to get rid of all of that, so I left it stock. But I have gone through and changed the door panels and quarter panels with aluminum with speed holes, kind of matching the theme of the fenders made by bigwig race cars. Dropped in a Momo steering wheel here, and this was really more for function over form. The steering wheel feels great, and I wanted to have a really good handle on the car when I was driving way faster than I should be in a car this size. So I also added a set of Porsche seats from the 80s, Porsche 911 SC seats. One of the reasons why I originally had the stock seats recovered to match the rears and to match the old door panels I had, but they just didn't provide enough support. I would turn a corner and end up in the passenger seat almost. So I went ahead and kept with the Volkswagen Porsche theme and found a set of seats that were in pretty good shape. So that brings us to the motor. It's a 1914 that was built by Old Speed in Southern California, and it's been going super hard for me for about 10 years now. When I first got it, it was all chromed out, and I had all that chrome pulled out, all the tins, the firewall, painted in matte black to kind of match the car. Did a couple of things for it, relocated distributor to kind of clean up the wires in there, got a degree pulley, an 09 distributor, dual IDFs, so it runs really clean. But the icing on the cake is my Sebring style exhaust from Vintage Speed. Ordered it from those guys in Taiwan. Took them a while for them to get it over here to me, But once we put it on, it really tied the entire car together. It runs better, it sounds better, can't see another one like it anywhere when you're driving around, and it's my favorite thing I've done to the car so far. I've really been enjoying where this car is now. It's been a 10-year love affair to get it to this point, and I cannot wait to see what I get done with it in the next 10 years.